Pikmin. People either love it or they don't really seem to care or have an opinion on it. But either way, the aesthetic of its world and characters and creature designs is so charming. Like, how can you at least not like the look of this? Now, I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest Pikmin fan. I've only played a little bit of the games. It's not that I have anything specifically wrong with it. In fact, it's really unique and interesting. I just never really got to connect with it as a kid. It was one of those games I always saw advertised anytime I went to like Toys R Us and would occasionally see some kid playing a demo of it in a store, but I never really got my hands on it. Luckily though, I'm an artist, so the gameplay isn't what I'm going to be focusing on in this video. My channel is primarily focused on combining and expanding upon our favorite franchises and using art and design to do so. Today I'll be showing off some Pikmin that I made to fill out more of the roster, and Pikmin fans can let me know if any of them have any potential to be a part of the universe. My goal was to add some Pikmin colors that haven't really been used yet, so currently we have red, yellow, blue, white, pink, gray, or the rock one, purple, and cyan for the upcoming ice Pikmin. And the colors that I chose for my Pikmin are black, green, brown, orange, and a mysterious secret one. I also kind of tried to add some variety with the silhouettes, and they all have a different flower on their heads, so some of these might not be considered something that would be legit, but it was really fun to do this, and let's jump into the first one, which is what I call the Dark Pikmin. So for the Dark Pikmin, it was a pretty kind of simple concept I was really thinking of. I decided to go with obviously the color black, and I wanted to give it some sort of dark, aggressive kind of look. Like this Pikmin would be, I would imagine that it's one that runs around at night, maybe it's stronger at night, and I wanted to kind of give it a little bit of a feral look. So I decided to put a little piranha plant on its head as its flower, and maybe that piranha plant can help it attack at night. Also, I decided to give it this more snappy looking mouth, because some of the Pikmin have different facial features that kind of make them stand out amongst each other, at least with the base ones. For its pose, I kind of wanted to give it this like zombie-like look, since I was also pulling some inspirations from just general undead type of themes. So without further ado, here is the Dark Pikmin. I personally really like how this came out. I'm kind of using my own art style when I'm making these. I kind of debated on if I should do a fake 3D style to kind of match like the Pikmin renders, but I ultimately decided to go with what I know and just do it in my art style, and this is what I have. So for the next one, we're actually going to do the brown Pikmin, or what I like to call the dirt Pikmin. So for this one, the concept was pretty simple. It's kind of like a Pikmin, but it's just caked in dirt. And the idea behind it is that maybe it's a Pikmin that likes to bury itself in the dirt and hide, or likes to camouflage itself. But I also chose to go with this kind of lazy personality. It has all this mud and dirt caked on it, so it kind of just likes to sit around most of the time. I also picked a blue flower, mostly because the contrast in the colors, to me it helped stand out a lot more and kind of added a little bit of variation. As you can see, his features aren't quite the same as regular Pikmin. That's because the dirt is just caked on his body. Overall, it's a pretty lazy boy. So here it is. Like I said, I really like the sitting down pose. I kind of took some inspiration from the rock Pikmin that likes to sit down. And then now we're going to jump into the green Pikmin, or what I like to call the rose Pikmin. This one's pretty simple. I'm surprised we don't have a green Pikmin at this point, because green is obviously a pretty common color for plants. When I started working on this one, I immediately went to long vine-like arms, because I don't know, it's just something that immediately came to me. And so as I was trying to come up with it, I also thought, well, what would a flower be? Would it be a regular flower? And I thought a rose was a really good idea, because then I could add thorns to it. And maybe this Pikmin could be one that damages other things whenever it takes damage and things like that. I also thought just the red rose really contrasted well with the entirety of the green body, so it was something that I felt like would work out pretty well. So here we have the green or the rose Pikmin. The pose I chose to do was more of like a ballerina style, with the arms kind of coming into a heart shape, and it's standing on one leg. I also chose the eyebrows to be very exaggerated because, like I said before, some of the Pikmin have certain facial features that are just exaggerated to make them stand out. I just really like how this one turned out. For the fourth Pikmin, we're doing the orange Pikmin, or what I like to call the pineapple Pikmin, but not really, and you'll see what I mean. This Pikmin is definitely the derpiest of them all to me. Like, while I was drawing it, I'm pretty sure that Mike Wazowski meme was just subconsciously in my brain because it just looks so much like it. But I really wanted just something very different for the body shape. I just wanted something really round because we have like the big sharp rock Pikmin. So I figured a round body shape that's kind of similar would be a very good pairing. I also chose to give this one spikes as well, and it kind of made it resemble something like a pineapple or a Kawano melon, which is these orange spiky melons that are filled with like this green stuff. I don't know. Also, making one of the spikes its nose was a really important thing. And without further ado, here is the orange Pikmin. As you can see, this Pikmin, it just looks like he's so intelligent. And this one's a little different. It doesn't have a flower. It just has like the leafy part of like a pineapple or something. Now, the idea that people had suggested on stream when I was making this was that other Pikmin could maybe throw this Pikmin at enemies and stuff and it could damage them or something like that, which I thought was really funny. I also saw someone say that maybe this Pikmin could be, if it was eaten by something, it would damage those enemies, and if whatever was eating it happened to die after it was eating it, it would spit out and it would live. I thought those were really cool. I really love this one. I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's definitely a highlight for me. And for the last Pikmin. Now, if you're new to my channel, I am working on a Zelda and Pokemon crossover project where there's Pokemon in Hyrule. This project is pretty much my baby, so I put a lot of emphasis on the Zelda part. And since Breath of the Wild is passing the torch over to Tears of the Kingdom, I had to make a Breath of the Wild inspired Pikmin, and if you can't tell what it's going to be based on, it's the Silent Princess flower from Breath of the Wild. This flower has so many symbolic meanings to the game, and since my channel is so focused on Zelda and I wanted to do a Pikmin design video, I felt like it was super important for me to make a Zelda themed Pikmin, so this is what I came up with. Now, obviously the Silent Princess flower is the main part. This flower is obviously a lot more detailed, so I just kept it that way. It has the main bloom flower, and then it has the dormant closed one. And I decided to give this Pikmin more of like a palish yellow kind of color. Also, on the back of its head, it's got this green part that's meant to look like Link's classic cap. I gave it a Korok leaf shield, which I think fits really well, and a little stick that it can hold. The idea behind this one would be, I imagine that this Pikmin would be really rare. Like, you can only have one of these Pikmin at a time. And it could be one of those Pikmin that just charges into battle first. It's almost like a hero Pikmin or something. So that idea was just something I really wanted to work with. I just love this thing, and I hope you guys enjoy all the Pikmin that I've shown in this video. It was a really nice exercise for me as an artist to try to make something that I don't normally make, but still kind of similar, because I'm really just trying to pass time for Tears of the Kingdom. It's coming out and I'm super excited. So if you also like Zelda or you like Pokemon, maybe you want to check out my project Link Dimension, which is the Zelda Pokemon project. And as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.